Have you ever felt like life is spinning out of control, like you're running from one problem to another, constantly worried about the future, and unable to just breathe? If so, you're not alone. In fact, most of us are living in a world that feels more chaotic than ever. We wake up to breaking news, deadlines, texts, and notifications. We're pulled in 1,000 directions, and somewhere along the way, we lose that calm center within us. But here's the good news: over 2,500 years ago, a young prince named Siddhartha Gautama, who we know today as the Buddha, discovered a way out of this constant cycle of stress and suffering. His teachings are not just ancient philosophy, they are a practical guide for anyone who wants to find inner peace in the middle of modern-day chaos. And today, I want to share those timeless secrets with you, in a way that you can actually apply starting right now. Let's start with the first thing Buddha discovered: peace is not something you find outside yourself, it's something you create inside yourself. Most of us are searching for peace by changing the world around us. We think, if only I had the perfect job, the perfect partner, the perfect body, then I'd finally feel at peace. But the world is unpredictable. Jobs change, relationships shift, the economy rises and falls, and even the weather can ruin our plans. If our peace depends on the outside world, it will always be fragile. Buddha saw this clearly when he left the palace where he grew up. He had every luxury: food, comfort, music, entertainment, yet he still felt restless. That restlessness drove him to seek the real cause of human suffering, and eventually, he discovered that peace is not about controlling the world but about mastering the mind. So how do we do that in a practical way? Buddha's first great insight was mindfulness, being completely present in the moment. Think about how much of your day is spent worrying about what already happened or fearing what might happen. Your body is here, but your mind is everywhere else. Mindfulness brings the mind back home. It's as simple as taking a deep breath right now and actually noticing it. Feel the air filling your lungs, the rise and fall of your chest, the life flowing through you in this exact second. This one small practice is like hitting the pause button on the chaos. It reminds you that in this single breath, you are safe, you are alive, and you can choose how to respond to what's happening around you. Buddha often compared the mind to a lake. When the wind blows, the water becomes disturbed, and you can't see your reflection. But when the wind settles, the water becomes still, and everything becomes clear. Chaos is like that wind. Your thoughts, emotions, and worries are stirring up your inner lake. Mindfulness is the art of calming that wind. You don't need a fancy meditation cushion or hours of silence to do this. You just need moments of awareness throughout your day. For example, when you drink your morning coffee, actually taste it. Feel the warmth, smell the aroma, notice the sensation of the cup in your hand. When you walk to your car, feel the ground beneath your feet instead of scrolling through your phone. These little acts of awareness may seem small, but they rewire your brain to live here and now instead of in the storm of constant thinking. Another powerful teaching of Buddha that brings instant peace is understanding the nature of impermanence. One of the main reasons we suffer is because we cling to things as if they will last forever: our youth, our relationships, our possessions, even our beliefs about how life should be. But Buddha taught that everything is constantly changing. Your worst day will not last forever, just like your best day will not last forever. When you truly see that everything is impermanent, you stop fighting life and start flowing with it. This doesn't mean you don't care, it means you stop holding on so tightly that it hurts you. Imagine holding a handful of sand. If you squeeze too hard, it slips through your fingers. But if you hold it gently, it stays. That's how Buddha teaches us to hold life, with an open hand. This practice can transform even the most stressful situations. For instance, let's say you're in a traffic jam. Normally, you'd get irritated, thinking about how you're wasting time. But if you remember impermanence, you realize, this traffic will pass, just like everything else. Suddenly, the tension eases. Maybe you use that time to listen to a podcast, to breathe, or to just be. This is how you turn chaos into an opportunity for calm. Buddha also emphasized compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. One of the reasons many people in the US feel anxious and burned out is because of self-criticism. We push ourselves to be productive, successful, perfect, and when we fall short, we beat ourselves up. Buddha's teaching on compassion reminds us that we're human, and that suffering is something we all experience. You're not broken, you're not failing, you're just living the human journey. The next time you make a mistake, instead of saying, "I'm so stupid," try saying, "This is hard right now, but I'm learning." Treat yourself like you would treat a dear friend who is hurting. That softening toward yourself brings incredible peace. And here's something very important: Buddha taught that peace is not passive. It's not about running away from problems or pretending everything is fine. True inner peace is active. It's the strength to meet life's difficulties with clarity and wisdom. Chaos will still come, arguments, losses, disappointments, but you become the calm presence in the middle of the storm. And that calm presence not only transforms you, it transforms everyone around you. Think about the last time you were with someone who was truly calm and grounded. Didn't you feel more relaxed just being near them? That's the gift you give to the world when you practice these teachings. Now, let's talk about something most people don't realize. Your suffering often comes not from what happens, but from the story you tell yourself about what happened. Buddha called this the second arrow. The first arrow is the pain of life itself: loss, illness, disappointment. The second arrow is the mental pain we add by overthinking, blaming, and judging. For example, you lose your job. That's painful. But then your mind says, "I'm worthless. I'll never find another job. My life is ruined." That mental story causes 10 times more pain than the job loss itself. Buddha teaches us to stop shooting ourselves with that second arrow. We do this by observing our thoughts instead of becoming them. When a negative thought comes, just notice it. There's fear, or there's anger. By naming it, you create distance from it. Suddenly, you have a choice. You can let it pass like a cloud instead of letting it storm inside you. These practices, mindfulness, awareness of impermanence, compassion, and releasing the second arrow, are not just spiritual ideas. They are practical tools for staying calm in the most chaotic moments of your life. You don't have to wait for your problems to disappear before you feel peaceful. You can start cultivating that peace today, exactly where you are, with whatever you're facing. And this brings us to one of Buddha's most profound realizations, one that many people overlook, but it holds the key to the inner freedom we all seek. Buddha realized that peace is not just the absence of problems, it's the ability to stay centered no matter what happened. This is why he spoke about liberation, or nirvana, as the ultimate state of being. But nirvana is not some far-off mystical place. It is a way of living with a mind that is free from constant craving and resistance. Imagine a life where you no longer fight against reality every moment. Imagine waking up in the morning and feeling light, because your peace is not tied to whether today goes perfectly or not. That is what Buddha discovered, and it is possible for us too. To understand how to live this way, let's look at one of the most practical teachings of the Buddha, the Noble Eightfold Path. You may have heard of it before, but it's not just a list of rules. It's a blueprint for how to think, speak, and act in a way that keeps you aligned with inner peace. The first step is right view, seeing life clearly. This means understanding that pain and change are part of life, and not taking it personally every time something doesn't go our way. When you adopt this view, the world stops feeling like it's attacking you and starts feeling like a teacher, showing you where you can grow. The second step is right intention, making a conscious choice to live with kindness and wisdom instead of anger and greed. Every day, you get 1,000 small choices. Do you choose resentment or forgiveness? Do you choose fear or courage? Right intention reminds you that peace is built moment by moment with every choice you make. Then comes right speech, speaking in a way that brings harmony rather than harm. The words we say can either create peace or add fuel to chaos. Imagine how different the world would be if every person paused before speaking and asked, "Is what I'm about to say true? Is it kind? Is it helpful?" Practicing this alone can completely change your relationships, because you stop spreading the storm through gossip, arguments, and criticism. Right action and right livelihood follow, living in a way that doesn't harm yourself or others. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It means choosing actions that leave you with a clear heart when you go to bed at night. For someone in a stressful job, this could mean finding ways to work with integrity, or eventually finding a line of work that aligns with your values. When your outer life supports your inner peace, you feel less divided inside. The last 3 steps, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, are about training the mind. Right effort is simply staying committed to growth, even when it feels hard. Peace is not something that just falls on you, it's something you practice daily, like exercise. Right mindfulness, as we talked about earlier, is being present, noticing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. And right concentration is deepening that presence through meditation, even if just for a few minutes a day. One of the simplest but most transformative practices Buddha offered was loving-kindness meditation, also known as metta. This is a practice where you silently repeat phrases like, "May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. Then you extend those wishes to others, first someone you love, then a neutral person, then even someone you find difficult. At first, this might feel strange, but over time, it softens your heart and dissolves anger. You begin to see that every person, including the ones who hurt you, is also struggling, also seeking happiness in their own way. This perspective brings tremendous peace because it ends the war inside your heart. Buddha also taught that much of our suffering comes from attachment, not just to things, but to the way we think life should be. The moment we say, "This must happen for me to be happy," we set ourselves up for stress. But when we practice non-attachment, we stay open to life as it is. This doesn't mean you stop having goals or dreams. It means you hold them lightly, like that handful of sand we spoke about in part 1. You do your best, but you let go of forcing a specific outcome. This makes you unshakable, because your happiness no longer depends on everything going exactly your way. And here's where this teaching becomes deeply relevant to the modern world. In an age of constant comparison, where we measure ourselves against the highlight reels of other people's lives, Buddha's wisdom calls us back to our own center. You are not here to live someone else's story. You are here to walk your path, moment by moment. Every time you notice yourself comparing or feeling like you're behind in life, pause and remember, your journey is unfolding exactly as it needs to. That realization alone can dissolve so much anxiety. Another important insight from the Buddha is equanimity, the ability to stay steady whether life is giving you praise or criticism, success or failure. Imagine a tree in a storm. If its roots are deep, it might sway, but it doesn't fall. When you cultivate equanimity, you become that tree. The winds of life may blow, but you stay rooted. This doesn't happen overnight, but every time you choose mindfulness over reactivity, compassion over anger, acceptance over resistance, those roots grow deeper. Now, let's bring this all together in a very practical way. The next time you feel chaos rising, maybe you're stuck in traffic, or your inbox is overflowing, or you just had an argument, pause. Take one slow breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice your thoughts without attaching to them. Remind yourself, this moment is temporary. Ask, what is the most peaceful thing I can do right now? Sometimes that means taking action. Sometimes it means doing nothing. Either way, you're responding from a place of clarity instead of panic. Day by day, as you practice these steps, you'll notice something profound. The outer world may not change much, but your inner world will transform. The things that used to trigger you won't hold the same power. You'll find yourself smiling more, breathing more deeply, and feeling lighter, even when life is messy. People will start to notice it too. They might even ask, what's different about you? And that's when you'll know, you found the secret Buddha discovered centuries ago. Because inner peace is not about escaping the storm, it's about becoming the calm center within it. And when you embody that, you not only free yourself, you become a beacon for others who are lost in the chaos. In a world that is noisy, divided, and restless, that calm presence might just be the most powerful gift you can offer. So wherever you are right now, take one last deep breath with me. Feel the life moving through you. Feel the ground supporting you. In this very moment, you have everything you need to be at peace. The chaos will come and go, but the calm you cultivate within will stay with you, guiding you through every twist and turn of your journey. This is the true secret to inner peace, and it has been waiting within you all along. If this message touched your heart, take a moment right now to pause, breathe, and just feel that quiet presence within you. That peace you just felt. It's always been there, and it's yours to return to any time you need it. If you found value in this video, share it with someone who might be struggling right now. You never know whose life could be changed by hearing these words. And if you want to keep exploring more wisdom from Buddha and other great spiritual teachers, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell, so you never miss a moment of inspiration. Remember, no matter how loud the world gets, you have the power to be the calm within the storm. And every time you choose peace over chaos, you make the world a little lighter for everyone. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Until we meet again, stay mindful, stay compassionate, and keep shining your light.